The Pakistani influence in British politics has reached a whole new level as MPs in the House of Commons, yes, the mother of all parliaments, are now pushing for the interests of Pakistan. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. I'm Maya Chisi, and this is your latest update from the United Kingdom, or shall we say Pakistan, because the influence from the Pakistani government and politicos in British establishment has reached a new crazy and ludicrous level of openly and publicly pushing campaigns to help Pakistan rather than the United Kingdom. We're going to be talking about all this, but it's Sunday, the 30th of March, and over here it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all you lovely birthing people, as the word would say. Obviously, mothers out there, but that's the only thing that matters today, obviously, because there's nothing else going on, right? Well, though, we are going to talk about this because if you ask Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer and all the other party leaders, there is something else happening today, not Mother's Day, because they haven't actually said anything about Mother's Day. They said something about, oh yes, Eid. It's all about Eid. All right, so let's talk about these guys. There are a number of MPs in Parliament from the Labour Party, some independents, some weirdos, green, whatever, all the different colours, who are a bunch of hypocrites. The hypocrisy is one thing, because we're going to talk about what they've done a few years ago and what they're doing now. There's the other issue is there's a national security concern that nobody seems to care in the establishment right now. And that is about foreign governments' influence in our parliament. Now, let's talk about what's actually going on. These guys got together, again, a collection of their different types of Islamic MPs. Primarily, the majority of us also have backgrounds, including Pakistani backgrounds. But we had Tahir Ali posting this. This week, I attended a press conference ordained by Mohammed Yassin MP, where 20 cross-party British parliamentarians requested for an international airport in Mirpur. There has been a long-standing promise for an international airport in Mirpur, which has yet to be met. This causes significant issues to a number of my constituents who are having to drive over 3 hours to get to the nearest airport in Pakistan. I will continue to push for this cause and pursue this issue until permission is granted for a new airport. Forget about the fact that he's an MP in the UK. The fact that his constituents, because they're from Pakistan, are more concerned about transport in Pakistan, and they go to a British MP to tell him to push for an airport in Pakistan. These are the same MPs who are in favour of net zero, by the way. They don't like new airports, but for Pakistan, oh yes, we love it. Anyway, this is the letter that was sent out. Honourable Mohammed Shahbaz Sharif, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Anyway, dear Prime Minister, we hope this letter finds you well. We, the undersigned cross-party group of parliamentarians, write to draw your attention to a very important matter to the Kashmiri diaspora in the United Kingdom and beyond. Successive Prime Ministers of Pakistan have committed to development and welfare projects, including an international airport in Mirpur in Azad Jammu and Kashmir, AJK, which remains unrealized. Good start, very good start. We, the undersigned, are grateful for the political, diplomatic and moral support given to the Kashmiris, including a number of successful development and welfare-oriented initiatives. These have undoubtedly had a significant positive impact on the region and the lives of people living in both Azad Jammu and Kashmir and the United Kingdom. What's that got to do with it? Okay. However, our concern is that the long-standing promise of an international airport in Mirpur has yet to be met. How dare you? Very naughty Prime Minister in Pakistan. The nearest airport to the region is Islamabad International Airport. It is about 80 miles or 130 kilometers. All right, calm down then. The Kashmiri diaspora in the UK, including significant numbers of our constituents, have concerns regarding the journey times by road, often taking in excess of 3 hours driving following a long-haul flight. These journeys are genuine inhibitors to travel, and we are hearing increasing demands for an international airport in the region. Delivering a new international airport will unlock the potential for greater economic development across the region, creating jobs and attracting much needed investment. Why do you care about the Pakistani economy? I mean, we know why, because their constituents are pushing for it. I love how the Pakistani community are knocking on the doors of the British MPs saying, can you go and do things in Pakistan for me? Why do you live in the United Kingdom? Firstly, there has to be a major campaign launched by the Home Office and the MI5 to go through a list of these Pakistani people in the UK, because if they have claimed to be asylum seekers, if they have claimed, any of them who have claimed to be asylum seekers and political refugees from Pakistan, check to see why on earth they are going back to Pakistan for holidays or whatever they do, right? Because they really care about the airport. Why do you go back? I thought you weren't safe in Pakistan. That has to be the first major campaign that needs to be launched by the Home Office. Obviously, it's not going to happen. Anyway, going back to this, as well as benefiting the local population, an international airport would serve the vibrant worldwide Kashmiri diaspora. There are over 1 million British Kashmiris living in the United Kingdom who would benefit directly, in addition to the neighboring regions of Jalom, Dina and Gujarat would also benefit, gain from improved international connections. I mean, all I care about is the list of the MPs who signed this, by the way. Look at this mess. Debbie Abrahams, MP, Zubair Ahmed, Tahrir Ali, Rosanna Alin Khan, Stella Chrissy, of course Stella did it, Tan Desi, James Frith, Gil Furness, Adnan Hussain, Imran Hussain, Ghorban Hussain, all the Hussains, anyway, Afzal Khan, Abtisam Mohammed, Lord Mohammed of Tinsley, Andrew Paik, Yasmin Qureshi, Naz Shah, Baghi Shankar, Zahra Sultana. Basically, all the Husseins, all the Mohammeds, and a few other sultanas as well. Now, why do we have a situation where openly and publicly there is a campaign to push for this, and nobody seems to be concerned in the Westminster Village, apart from obviously some good MPs? Robert Jenrick says, you're an MP for Birmingham, not Mirpur. The streets of your streets are literally piled high in rubbish, thanks to your Labour Council. Focus on the UK. And we also had some sort of the Avengers being assembled between Robert Jenrick, Rupert Lowe, and a couple of others. Rupert Lowe supported Jenrick, saying too bloody right, in a very Rupert Lowe voice. They're both correct, by the way. Now, it gets worse. If you think this is it, if you think this is all up to... No. This is just the beginning. The first 8 minutes, it was just an intro to get to the main part. Trust me. Look at this. First things first. Sam Bidwell from the ASI said, since the 1970s, Britain has imported thousands of people from Mirpur in Pakistan. This was the group responsible for most of our migrant grooming gangs. They are now lobbying for British taxpayer money to be spent on building an airport in their homeland. Totally absurd. Not only that, the left-wing MPs who signed that letter, they are all pro-net zero. They don't want any new airport anywhere, right? For example, they don't even want the third runway at Heathrow or anything like that because net zero. The issue with this is that all these MPs, including Zahra Sultana, Stella Creasy, who've been opposing Heathrow expansion, or anything really, new cars, whatever, new planes, they want a big international airport in Pakistan. You do realize Pakistan is still on the same planet Earth as the UK. If there's going to be pollution, you do really think if you don't have pollution in Heathrow and have it in Pakistan, we're not going to have pollution? It's the same planet, you idiots. If you really care about your net zero scam. Anyway, Zahra Sultana on the 29th of January this year said, in 2018, the Prime Minister opposed a third runway at Heathrow. Now in the middle of a climate emergency, his government is backing it. A complete U-turn at the expense of local communities and the planet. Reckless, short-sighted, and indefensible. Zahra Sultana is now promoting a new international airport in Mirpur, Pakistan. Okay, now, I'm not going to stop here. It gets worse. Because Rosanna Aline Khan also said, and she wants to be doctor. She needs to be called doctor, respect her pronouns. In 2020, fantastic victory for environment campaigners today at the Court of Appeal. A third runway at Heathrow is completely incompatible with our climate target. Huge thanks to Sadiq Khan and all others who brought this case forward, putting the planet and our health first. She also said in 2018, I've used Heathrow, it's a great airport, but I can't support a vote to build a third runway there. The environmental impact will harm my children, my grandchildren, and generations to come. I will be urging others to vote the same way, but we don't really care about the children, grandchildren in Pakistan, right? Interesting. Now, it gets worse. One of the other people who seems to be quite happy about helping other countries, because speaking of Pakistan, those from Pakistan, well, you got one of them. Look at that face. It looks like a pea. This man, in case you don't know, he's the mayor of London, and his name is Sad IQ Khan. That's what I call him. And Sad IQ decided to focus a lot on today. As I said, today, the 30th of March, is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. But for Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer, oh no, it wasn't Mother's Day. It's something else. What?
Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak. As the Mayor of London, I would send my warmest wishes to everyone celebrating Eid here in London and around the world. Eid marks the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting, charity, prayer and reflection. It's an opportunity to express our gratitude.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, now, the problem I have is not really just about Sadiq Khan, because you might say, well, his background is Pakistani, he doesn't care. Well, no. What about the rest of the government? What about Downing Street? What about the Home Office? The Home Office spent the whole month virtue signaling, right? The beginning of the month and the end of the month, they posted about Ramadan, happy Ramadan, and now today, happy Eid, Eid Mubarak to all Muslims celebrating in the UK and beyond. Hang on, it's the Home Office. Beyond the UK has nothing to do with you. The Foreign Office could post about beyond the UK. You're the Home Office. You're only supposed to be posting about the UK. That's number one. Number two, we haven't heard anything from these guys about Lent. Something is happening right now as we speak. Yeah, Lent. Christians. No, because they hate Christianity. They don't care. They haven't said anything about Lent. Well, Ramadan, happy Eid, everybody. No, it's not Eid, it's Mother's Day. Shut up. Now, all that aside, there has been some backlash on social media and from some opposition MPs, including obviously Rupert Lowe, Robert Jenrick. But I would love to see, because today is Sunday, when Parliament returns, I would love to see if there's going to be any official statement from the central government. I know it's not a government policy, but they've got their surrogates, all these MPs, to go and push for nonsense, globalist, socialist nonsense. Are we going to get any explanation from these guys, these MPs, and there are a lot of people who even watching this are constituents of some of these MPs. You need to go and ask them what on earth they're doing. We cannot allow a foreign government to influence our politics. There's a massive national security issue here, because you have these people from Mirpur, as we said, these are the guys, a lot of them from there are the grooming gang members, now infiltrating the central Westminster politics for the interest of Pakistan. That is not right. On a very basic level, in terms of the principle, it's not right. On the issue of national security, who are these people who come here pretending to be asylum seekers, commit crimes, and then they easily go back, and then now they demand us to help them build a nice airport in Mirpur, Pakistan. So when they go back, they don't have to drive too long. They could just go straight to a nice airport, which apparently doesn't affect the net zero targets. They are literally laughing at the United Kingdom. This is the level of soft power that Britain has. We are bending over to the rest of the world. The same country that used to rule the waves, the same country that had the British Empire, we are now part of their own empires, because we just say yes to anything that the foreigners demand. So, reaction. We have Alison, thank you for your super chat, saying, I don't think anyone born outside the UK should be allowed to stand for any local or government position. Yeah, I mean, that would be a whole different conversation to be had, obviously. But at least when it comes to government positions, I guess, and national governments. But there's been a convention for most countries, because if you have developed countries, and if you have the two different standards, for example, US, Canada, those kind of countries who are open to migrants, as long as they are legal and integrate, whereas European countries are not necessarily open to migrants, as in European people, not the governments. The governments love migrants. The European people, they're not like the Americans. They're not open to integrated immigration. So yeah, there could perhaps be a conversation for all these countries to, I don't know, restrict access. But then there will be an issue with people paying taxes without any power. But if you want to bring back the European heritage and British heritage, then yes, there could be conversations on this issue. Yeah, I agree. Chloe from Australia says, just a reminder that Aisha was 6... Thanks, Chloe. You're gonna get me banned again. And Trooper Bear says, I live in Hull. It takes me 3 hours to drive to get to the Manchester airport. See, all you have to do is move to Mirpur in Pakistan, because soon there's going to be a massive international airport. Just get a nice house in a cave nearby. They've got so many good caves over there right now. And then it could be right next to the airport. You don't have to drive to Manchester. I mean, it's the same thing anyway. What do we have? Stu Boy says, the thumbnail showed a Sikh. I know what thumbnail's talking about, this one, right? That's that Socialist globalist Labour MP Singh Desi, Tamlanjit Singh Desi. His identity, I don't really care about his identity. I care about his values and his politics, which is disgusting, by the way. So let's see what this guy is saying. Sikhs, as far as I know, are good people. I'll tell you my issue with this. Hang on. Who are not after controlling or taking over the UK. So the post and its words made no sense. So Stu Boy is one of those people who think anybody in any group who look the same, they're all the same. So all gingers think the same. All Americans think the same. All people on wheelchairs think the same. All people with a turban think the same. He doesn't understand that in every tribe, in every group, you have people who are normal, you have people who are vegetarian, you have people who are serial killers, you have people who are socialists, you have people who are like bloody Desi, Singh Desi, and you have people who are vegan. You cannot pretend that all gingers are the same, all Jews are the same, all Hindus are the same, all Sikhs are the same, and all Iranians are the same. No. Every tribe has differences. This makes no sense. You can't just go around and be like, well, here's a Sikh. I've heard they're good. What do you mean they? You got some Sikhs who are right-wing. You got some Sikhs who are left-wing, like this idiot, Singh Desi. I've dealt with him. He's not a good guy. The guy is insane. And he's literally campaigning for an airport in Pakistan, and he's pushing for more government control. They are taking over our country. And by they, I mean socialists. Not one group. No. That's not how it works. It's not all the Sikhs. It's not all the Jews. It's not all the gingers. Although gingers, Hello, gingers. I love you all. Sometimes I just have to use you guys as an excuse to do stereotype because, you're kind of used to it. Love the gingers. Anyway, some of my best friends are gingers. But yeah, that's not really how it works. You can't just say all Jews are the same, all Sikhs are the same. Imagine if it was like that. That would be so good. All Iranians are the same. Some Iranians are normal. Some Iranians are insane like me. Vinny King says, my 1st of April is Tuesday. You're too early. Oh, got it. You do realize, Vinny, your dry humor, sometimes the tone that doesn't show on the live, on the super chats and live chats. Put some sort of a laughing emoji to help. Cynthia says, it seems to me that you won't only have to deal with illegal immigrants coming by boat. If this airport is built, they'll be coming by plane. No, they already have airports. It's just that they want a specific new nice airport near where they live in Mirpur. They still have airports in Pakistan. They can still use it, but they come here, a lot of them obviously illegally, and then they just say we can't go back to Pakistan, and then they end up going to Pakistan anyway. Anyway, what's going on with you guys? What's this? Britain is an Islamic country. Well, it's getting there slowly, yeah. Not yet. And all the British women are marrying foreigners like Tusi. Oops. Shake your booty, sell out white girls. Why is white girls has an apostrophe? Just S. It's plural. You need to learn how to speak English if you live in the UK. That's so embarrassing. But yeah, so Islamic country is different that's a different problem to British girls marrying foreigners, because you could have a foreigner could be from Africa, okay, Christian Nigerian from Africa. You could have some gingers from Germany. Will you be okay with British girls marrying ginger girls from Germany? Ooh. But yeah, the Islamic issue, that's a whole different thing, because it's not just the face of the country changing, it's the soul of the country, the culture, the traditions, and the rule of law that's changing. Narendra Kaur is a Sikh, and she's bloody horrible. She is quite. I thought she was Hindu. I'm very confused. And she is not a Geordie like she claims. She self-identifies as Geordie, right? Oh, Narendra, she's a special one. Rasi says he can't even master his own language. I just blame the Tony Blair education system for messing things up for these kids. Poor kids. PC says, Maya, UK is officially woke. It's not even woke. We are just selling out. Premier Inn no longer houses the usual suspects. Yeah, they've all gone to Holiday Inn, I guess, right? What is this? British girls have no teeth. Feed them to the Sikhs. This it started as somewhat robust as a troll, just something stereotypical ethno-nationalist. Is like, fair enough, okay, let's have a debate. Then this guy, this Rob person, is gone on a whole new level now. What is the obsession with teeth or no teeth, and why would you feed them? Sikhs are not like alligators. They don't eat people, right? Unless you ask them nicely, I guess. What is going on? All right. Rusty says this Rob guy is on drugs. Yeah, but I want to know what type of drugs, because it feels good, clearly. Oh my God. Anyway. And a different Rob says every human has the ginger gene in them. Well, that don't terrify me. That's fair. We're all mixed anyway. What they don't fly here. They gave up their identity. Yeah, we covered that already. Anyway, what's this? Tusi. This is neither a Pak issue, as in Pakistan. It's so lazy to just like not type the rest of it. Like a PAKR can't. I just type PK. Nor the UK issue. These are British people pin-pricking India because that's an Indian part illegally occupied by Pakistan. British created Pakistan to keep India in check. I love how you thought that the Brits were so smart at the time. Towards the end of the British Empire, everything just fell apart because the policies were just coming out of crazy people. That includes Mountbatten, by the way. They were like, oh yeah, the guy's very smart. Nobody had any idea what the plan was going to be. And that's number one. Number two, do you really think these idiots actually care about getting the British deep state to piss off India, where we are literally now tied on so many different levels with India? No. These are selfish people from Pakistan who are influencing MPs, some of the MPs are also from Pakistan, by the way, but not all of them. And we are just bending over to other countries. I don't really care if we're going to help the Pakistanis or the Indians or the North Koreans with their airports using our MPs' influence. I will be against all of it. I don't even like if MPs start campaigning for a new airport in Tel Aviv. And I love people from Tel Aviv, but no. You're an MP here. I don't care what you're going to do internationally. You don't use our tax money to go through the whole process and do a campaign in Parliament. For what purpose? Oh, vote. And the fact that you really, really hate this country. That's the reason. It's nothing to do with us. Anyone says, we are proud to have you in the UK. Don't listen to BS. Yeah, but they're funny. At a hotel, I asked when breakfast was, and I was told that we'll need to check due to Ramadan. I did not know the UK was Muslim. Yeah, it's getting there. So there are parts of the UK that literally this will happen if you're in a hotel or local area or restaurants. Most like restaurants will be closed during the day at Ramadan. It's crazy. And there's obviously this big mosque that's supposed to be built at near the Lake District. There is the actual construction people. They are now protesting. They're going on strike, saying we're not going to build this. So there's going to be a massive campaign now by the government to get other people to push for new builders to build a mega mosque. Why do you need a mega mosque? It's not for capacity. It's to show strength. That's the whole thing. To show when you're flying on the plane, you can look down on the UK, especially England, and look at all the massive mosques, like the pyramids in Egypt, and like, look, this is what we did in the UK. It's just a next step to take over. And the fact that, the church doesn't seem to care, the official church, well, obviously that you're creating a vacuum, somebody else is going to come and fill it. And it's now mostly people from Pakistan. Can you blame them? You created the vacuum. Martin says, Maya, we used to rule the waves, but now we waive the rules. It's sad that it's actually quite true. Yvonne says, Pakistani heritage is Indian Hindu, but not Indian, yeah, but not Hindu. Not necessarily. There are different tribes in India, even at the time. But yeah, we just created a fake country. It's not even a real country, it's just an acronym. All right, so we're just trying to see if there's any breaking news. I grew up in a secular family. Even when I was 5, the Islam aesthetic spooked me. Out featured on international cable news. It just called me a grade A Islamophobe, if you must, I guess. I mean, if you dig deep into the book and the so-called ideology and traditions, you will find some weird things from the 7th century. But the church is not going to be, the mosque is not going to be in the Lake District, right? It's going to be nearby, but not inside it. Because that would be a weird thing to do. Where are the trolls? Come on, guys. Yeah, I think they gave up. What a shame. Hindus have more gods than Pokemon, but they don't try to blow everything up. Yeah, not necessarily. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, while we still have technically some parts of Britain, let's take a break. We're going to come back later because we have to talk about what is going on with the other nutters. And by the other nutters, I mean the Islamic Republic of Iran, because they're now threatening America. And we're going to give you guys all the other updates on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.